अस्सलाम वालेकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातुहू। जी, जी, जो भी लेक्चर में प्रेज़ेंट है उन सब ने अपना-अपना पहले नाम डालना है। स्टार्टिंग के 1-2 मिनट उसी में जाएँगे प्रेज़ेंटी में। तो फटाफट अपनी प्रेज़ेंटी लिख कर भेजो दैट आई एम प्रेज़ेंट। और अपने दोस्तों को मैसेज भी करो या फ़ोन करो। हो सकता है कुछ लोग सोए होंगे, कुछ यहाँ-वहाँ बिज़ी होंगे। ये क्या खाली 7 जन ही हैं? 6 बच्चे खाली, 7। मेरे हिसाब से इश्यू ऐसा है कि अपन ने 10 का टाइम दिए थे, तो सब सोए लगता। मैसेज रात को लेट हुआ भेजने, तो सबको 10 का ही टाइमिंग मालूम रहेगा। उसमें से भी एक कोई तो गया अभी। हाँ, आर्मी ऑफ गेमिंग कौन है? आर्मी ऑफ गेमिंग ने अपना नाम डालना है, कौन है वो? अच्छा, अमानत को तो ओके। वालेकुम अस्सलाम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू। कमेंट कमेंट में डालना है। नौशीन कमेंट में लिखना है। चैट बोल के होगा, देखो साइड में। जिनका आईडी पर नाम नहीं है, जैसे ये टेनिस क्रिकेट। वालेकुम अस्सलाम, अपना नाम लिख के भेजो। अरे चैट बोल के देखो, ऑप्शन है। चैट ऑप्शन में लिखकर भेजना है आपको मैसेज, आपका नाम। Okay, uh, I'll start the lecture. Yesterday, we started in 11th Science C, 13th chapter, that is Waste Management. And I think in 11A, we have to start the chapter. So I'll go from the starting. Yesterday in C class, I discussed about the waste. What type of waste do you know? So I want the same answer from 11th Science A. What kind of vests are there, and do you know the name of the vests? Can you describe them? I would like to get the answer from 11th Science A students. You can write in the chat section what type of vests do you know. 11th Science A girls. If you don't know how to write in the comment section, just let me show you. See, when you open the YouTube live, here down at the down you can see there is a chat option. Okay, so you can write there your name and the questions that I'm asking. क्यों, क्या हुआ है? फेस बराबर दिख नहीं रहा है क्या? है तो पूरा अच्छा खासा है। I asked 11th Science A students question that what is waste? Do you know any kind of waste? Have you seen any waste? The lecture should be two-way communication, even though the second communication is in written form. Come on fast. Already we have 10 minutes are over. Naushin, do you know waste? What is waste? I think Ismail knows what is waste. Okay, I'll start the lecture. We don't have that much time because we are not dying. See, first, different kinds of wastes are there, and the generation is in such a huge quantity that it is one of the biggest problem of our planet Earth to manage that waste. We all know that every day different the vehicle comes to our house. We collect the waste of our house and we throw in that vehicle. ठीक है? गाड़ी वाला आया and घर से कचरा निकाल. There is a speaker. As soon as the vehicle comes to our home, that speaker, the noise starts and immediately we take the waste out. Now, have you seen that waste? If not, go today in the kitchen, ask your mummy, ask in your house what kind of wastes you see. You throw every day. Okay? You'll come to understand that from each and every house there is a huge quantity of waste generated. Okay? It is not that you are generating the waste. There are these wastes are naturally formed. For example, if you bring a vegetable from the market for eating purpose, then you don't eat the whole vegetable that you have brought. There will be some kind of waste in it naturally present. Okay? Let us take the example of spinach or palak. When you bring palak at your home, you just need to get the leaves of that palak, that is spinach. You don't eat the stem or the root part of that palak. So that is the automatic waste generated from that one particular vegetable. Likewise, number of vegetables are there that create or that produce waste. So it is inevitable that waste generation will be there. You cannot stop the waste, but you need to manage that waste. See, just now I was talking about the vehicle, and that vehicle just now passed from in front of me. Okay, so it is the again it will be covered in the lecture in this chapter that government is responsible for managing the waste to a certain limit or to a good limit, but we also need to manage that waste. First we have to understand what is waste. That will be in the later part of this chapter. Now, how we are going to manage, what is the waste management, we'll understand first that part. Okay, so here you can see the definition that waste management, it is the study. First you should have the study of, or you should have the knowledge of waste generation. What is waste, how it is generated, then how we collect it, collection, then moving from one place to another. That waste is collected at each and every house, and then it is transported to a certain area for certain, it may be processing, it may be reuse, it may be recycling, or if there is no use, no processing of that waste, then it is disposed of. ठीक है, so that is processing, recycling or disposal and monitoring waste material. This is the definition of waste management. That what is the definition? It is the study of knowing first what is waste generation, how waste is generated, its collection, transportation, processing, recycling, and then disposing as well as monitoring. After disposal, we need to monitor that waste material, that waste, whether it is at one place, it is decomposing, or whatever processing, recycling we are doing, whether it is happening or not. Okay, that we have to regularly monitor, and that is the waste management. Okay, this is the only single part of the waste management. There is a detailed information about the different kinds of waste and how we are going to manage it. Now, for us, for human beings, two very important problems. One I already told, that waste management, one of the biggest problem of our planet Earth for the human beings. And second one is the food supply. First one is waste manage. We have to manage the waste, and next one is food supply. We all know that the population is continuously increasing. spontaneously increasing. ठीक है, every second or every 2 second, in 3 second there is a child born. So population is increasing, we need to also increase the food production. But whether that is happening or not, we'll discuss it later. These two important points we have to first understand, that in each and every country there are certain policy makers, and that policy makers, they work on these problems. Okay, they are working on these problems. So it is the biggest challenge for them to make sure that there is continuous and full food supply, and there is management of the waste. Okay, already I discussed in 11th science C, with the 11th and C students, that we need to make sure that the food production is also continuously increasing according to the population. There is expectation, or there is a prediction given here, that up to the year 2050, the population of our planet Earth, it may go up to 9 billions. Right now it is somewhere 7.5 or 7, in between 7 to 8 billion. And in 2000, up to 2050, it is going to be around 9 billion. ठीक है, it means that whatever food we are producing right now, the demand of that food is going to increase in the future up in 2050, and that increment is around 77%, whatever we are producing right now. ठीक है, it means that we need to make sure that the food production increases as the time passes. But we all know that we are facing different kinds of problems. What are those problems because of which the production of food is going down and down? And that problem is, many problems are there. Two three important points we'll discuss. First one is the global warming, that is the increase in the temperature, the climate change. Climate is changing, and because of that we are facing, or we are posing very dangerous situation where the food production is going down spontaneously. Then we all know that the land uses right now, the land, the farms which should be used for production, that farm is now converted into different operations or for different things. For example, farms are right now used for constructing buildings. Okay, so different kinds of things are included or added in that farms, which should be used for only production of food. Then due to the use of, we all know that all the farmers, almost all the farmers, they are using fertilizers, or let's say in short, chemicals. Different kinds of chemicals they are using, and because of that the your land, it is degrading day by day. The fertility status, it is going down and down. Then one of the again biggest problem is the erosion. We have discussed in our class that the top layer of the soil is the most fertile soil, but that topsoil, it is moving from that particular place to some other place, that is erosion. Many different agencies are there, or many different reasons are there because of which erosion happens. So because of that, the again the fertility status of soil is decreasing. And one of the again big problem is the availability of clean water. Clean water is again the biggest problem. We, the humans, we are contaminating the water which is available, and we are we are losing so much of clean water by different, many different reasons are there. And because of that, the water supply, it is, or clean water, it is also reducing. The quantity of water is going down and down. So these are the biggest problems that we are facing and we will face in the future, because of which the food supply is going to be a one of the biggest problems for the human beings. Okay? Then the food which we are consuming, it goes in series of processing. We all know that. For example, let us take example that as soon as we harvest the rice crop, rice is one of the very important staple food that we eat every day, twice or thrice. Okay? At some places once, at some places twice, and at some places thrice. So this particular food is required in a very large quantity. As soon as we harvest the rice crop, do we bring it from that field directly to our home for consumption purpose? No, we need to do processing first. What kind of processing we do? We all know that as soon as we harvest the rice, there is a covering, brown colored covering on that rice. That is rice along with that brown covering is called as paddy. Okay, so paddy is harvested and then that paddy is processed to make it rice, white rice that we are eating. Okay, so likewise almost all the grains, then different foods, they are first processed and then it is brought to our home for consumption purpose. Okay, so different kinds of industries are there, different kinds of processing units are there that do the processing on the food, and then that food is brought to our home. Okay, so agro industry, the industries which are doing the processing of all this food material, they are creating, no doubt. Just now I talked about rice, that we remove the brown covering from the rice, so that brown covering is also one of the waste. Likewise, huge quantity of waste is generated from those agro food industries every year. Okay, and it is, I already the first or second sentence was that we cannot we cannot uh, make sure that that food, that waste is not generated. No, we cannot do that. It is nature, it is from the nature. Okay, food, it is the basic thing that we are going to eat. Without food we cannot survive. So there will be huge generation of the food, and that is one of the biggest challenges which we are facing. As the waste generation is very huge, very high, it is the big problem. Now let us take the example of a country, that in the Australia, uh, every year 4.2 million tons of food is wasted. 4.2 millions. We all know that 1 million is 10 lakh. Okay, if I tell 10 lakh kg, then it is 1 million kg, but here 4.2 million tons. You can understand that how huge this quantity is. Okay, every year this much quantity of food is wasted and then it is dispersed into the landfill, or in different kinds of areas. Different ways or different methods are there for throwing that food. We'll discuss that later on, but right now you just understand that this food is wasted and it is thrown to some place every year. Among this 4.2 million ton, 2.7 million tons of waste is generated from the homes, from the houses, and 1.5 million tons from different kinds of commercial or industrial sector. Now this 4.2 million tons of food which is wasted, if we convert it into the money way, into the money or into the currency, then every year in Australia there is a waste of around 10.5 billion dollars. How much? 10.5 billion dollars. You can see how big this range or this amount is. 1 billion is equal to around 1000 crore, and here 10.5 billion from just one country, that is Australia, which is I think very small as compared to our country. ठीक है. So again, you, this is of one country, you can convert, you can think about the different countries where the food is generated, waste is generated, how much money it will require for the disposal of that waste. ठीक है. With this data, with this particular one country, you can understand of all the countries. It is a small country. The big countries, America, European countries, how much food will be wasted, and if we convert them into money, then how much money is wasted every year. Okay, among this 4.2 million tons of food which is wasted, the largest contributor is the commercial and industrial sector. ठीक है, means the hotels and all those things, food outlets, those are the largest contributors, and they generate around 6,61,000 tons of food waste every year. And then the manufacturing industries or manufacturing units, they waste around 3,12,000 tons of food every year. And then the retailers, which retailers are those shops which sell their produce or their food directly to the consumers. So those retailers, food retailers, they waste every year 1,79,000 tons of food. So see the quantity. The quantity is so huge. And then you, the sentences or the information that we are going to get now is very very dangerous. That whatever food we are manufacturing, the waste will be there. 90% of that waste, it can be recovered. It is a good thing that in the food manufacturing, whatever waste we are generating, that waste by different kind of processing, recycling, like we can make from that waste animal feed can be made. It can be fed to the animals. Then we can prepare compost, or we can also prepare bio energies. Okay, so we can uh, convert this waste into something good. Is a thing of that, of the food waste. But if we are adopting those methods, if we are doing that, then it is good. I don't think this, it is 90% can be recovered. It is really recovered, I don't know that data. Right now around 20,000 people, they die every day. I'm not talking about this. This quantity is not for a month or a year. Every day, 21,000 people, they are dying due to hunger-related issues. Okay, and if we talk about our whole world, planet Earth, then 1 in 9 people, they are sleeping without having dinner. They don't eat food and they go to sleep without eating. This is the fact. It is not just some random number that they have given us. It is the fact that 21,000, around or approximately 21,000 people, they are dying due to hunger related issues, and 1 in 9 people or person is going to bed, he is sleeping at night without having any kind of food. So we are blessed that we are eating breakfast, we are eating lunch, we are eating dinner. Along with that, we are eating different kinds of snacks and all those things. So we are from, we have blessed, Allah has blessed us. Not everyone is blessed like us. Alhamdulillah. So we need to do something for that kind of people. Just don't listen and throw away. ठीक है, we need to work for them. So that whatever food it is generating, that food, it goes, the wastage, it goes down. We can reduce the waste which is going to the landfill as a waste. We need to make sure that this food which we are throwing away, instead of throwing, if we give to some people, then it will be of good. The people will be, or you all will be of good people, among the good peoples. Okay. Now vast amount of food it is now wasted, so we can think about the economic damage that we are facing. Lakhs and crores and billions of money we are destroying. Then there is nutritional damage, nutritional problem. There is environmental pollution problem. If we are throwing the food, waste food, to certain place, certain area, and I think everybody has seen this problem. Even when we go to the national school, uh, when we just enter the Azad Maidan area, to the right of that road, we see that different kinds of wastes are thrown there. And because of that waste, so much of pollution is created. The very bad smell, very bad odor is